the place that they've been to is Mars. Let's just
The 20 and Back program is when they take you at a young age, you work under virtual slave labor conditions on Mars and in the associated secret space program, which is where they speak German. And then after 20 years, they regress you back, and then you continue with your life as if nothing has happened. So nobody goes missing. It's like Men in Black, and you just simply give the flash and you're back. And then you then continue your normal life for 20 years. And after 20 years, and this is roughly what's happening right now in 2025, after 20 years of an actual life of 40 years, the programming starts breaking down and a lot of people are beginning to talk, which means they're going to have to disclose pretty soon. Now, rather than expect the CIA or the NSA or MI6 to disclose, we have to do it. We're doing it. We're doing it now, and we're doing it on the 12th of December, 12th and 13th and 14th of December in the UK, in this country, in Europe. So I'm encouraging people from Europe who can get to London and the small village of Pewsey to come and talk their truth.
And the people that have been coming and speaking at this conference have all spent time on Mars.
Not all of them.
Okay.
They've spent time on, for instance, Penny Bradley, who has to, because of her physical ailment, she can't sit in an airplane for 14 hours. She will be talking. She has piloted Draco cargo ships intergalactic. So we're talking serious stuff. We're talking about colonies, intergalactic colonies with 1 billion inhabitants. And they all speak German.
A billion?
A billion. Because Germany got access to Warp 1 technology by 1929, which means that's almost 100 years ago. Germany had access to the technology to take you out of the solar system at Warp 1. And you can damn well realize that they've had a lot more technology to do much faster. We're talking Star Trek. As one of the former directors of the Skunk Works said a long time ago, we've got Star Trek technology. We can take ET home. That's what they said way back in 1989. So this is hardcore, no messing about. We, the people, have to do full disclosure now. You're not going to get it from CIA, UAP crap, or the media. We've been fully betrayed on all levels. It's time for you to tell your story. And we're going to do it with Basis, at Basis 2025, full disclosure now at Pewsey.
Great. That's going to be an amazing event. I can't wait.
And thank you, Bob.
My pleasure. I'm just having a pint of Crop Circle. There is actually a lager called Crop Circle.
Bearing in mind that crop circles are a psyop, the crop circles are a psychological operation, which is to see who sees what in the design. And one of those people is Selena, and she did a special Basis 2025 in-studio presentation all about that. So that's on basistv.com. If you subscribe to basistv.com, you get access to all the interviews that I've done since 1994.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little bit of a joke, but it's not. There was a recent film with British intelligence about a terrible thing happening in Iraq, or something about Palestinians or young Arab children in whatever the hell it was. It was very secret and very terrible, and they needed to get the information. In that film, they had a little insect, which had flown, buzzed in, and it was on the ceiling, looking down, sending satellite-grade pictures back to British intelligence in London, England, as they were able to bug the conversation, and it was a large mechanical type fly. Okay? That's in the movies. What I'm talking about is reality. when I stayed in a B&B in Wiltshire, a very nice place called whatever it was, the point is that there was a very nice looking fly. It had gold eyes, and it had little gold little feet on it, and it just sat there on the side of the banister at the B&B and kept looking. And normally if you do this or move your hands around, a fly will fuck off.
Yeah.
This fly just sat there taking information.
Yeah.
I've had that experience now twice in the last couple of days with a fly that just comes along and sits there and looks at you. It's a fly.
Yeah.
It's not moving. It doesn't want to move away. You don't. If you wave your hand, it doesn't move.
Yeah.
So if you can see this in a film, and they're talking about these batteries are going to run out, etc., and they can watch you with a fly in a movie, you can pretty well guarantee they've got it perfected a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
There's a whole kind of thing happening in the United States called UAPs, not UFOs, past tense. UAPs, unidentified
Aerial phenomena.
unidentified aerial. No, they've changed that because there's stuff under the sea as well. So they keep changing everything. But they have been involved with a complete betrayal of all of us for a very long time. CIA is Central Intelligence Agency. That means they are actually controlled by the Austro-Hungarian Empire circa before World War One, with the Austro-Hungarian Empire thing, and that goes back another few years to the 1700s, and then if you bounce that back a bit in 25-year increments, you're talking about Francis Bacon and Elizabeth I.
So what are they hiding?
They're hiding the fact that they've been dealing with alien technology, the worst aliens you could think of. The Alpha Draco, and they've been in the base here in Warminster. Warminster's hitting the 60th anniversary of the Warminster thing, which means it goes back to the 1960s. There's a whack of UFOs and a whole lot of stuff happening across Warminster in the 1960s. And a special intelligence officer called Peter Paget was put in charge of that. He was science advisor to the government at cabinet level, so they put him in charge of this thing, whatever the hell's going on in Warminster. And so they're doing a 60th anniversary of that at the end of August, and that's when Alpha Draco, there's Alpha and two other grades of Draconis ETs, big feckers. The Alpha Draconis are white, they're albino, very tall Draco reptilians with wings.
How do you know that?
Because people have met them and the drawings are accurate. There's a thing called the KGB manual on ETs to advise the Russians. We obviously have our manuals, but they're classified, so we can use the KGB drawings of these different aliens. And we've made deals with them. They've also made deals with all the various types of greys. There's 200 types of greys. And the greys which we're dealing with are the worst. They're called the Matra. They're precogs. A precognizant ET or being is somebody who knows what you're thinking before your conscious mind can express it. So for instance, when I lift my arm, I'm not telling my arm to arm lift at 25 degrees and stop. It just happens, right? It's subconscious, the base programming, right? By the time you verbalize something, you've had to think it and then express that to your verbal register to actually express and do the thing called talk. They know what you're thinking before you can speak it, and they know what you're thinking before you can action it. Okay? So that's called a precog. And Mars has got big arachnids and other types of ETs.
So what's Elon Musk then doing?
Elon Musk is doing the big show because the way you get to Mars is you jump gate it. You go through a jump gate, boom, you're there, right? However, if you do too many jumps, it starts having a biological negative aspect on your biology, and you start having various effects which are not healthy because they don't jump gate properly. Okay.
Have you jumped gate?
No, probably a lot. But having said no, I probably have. But the British military got that technology way back in 1957 with a special team called the 16, and they published a book on it called One Step Beyond the 16. So they got data banks which are thousands of years old, which contained all the information, or a lot of the information. A lot. They only got 2 out of a series of about 9 data banks, big crystal, high technology things. You put it in a thing and it did things, intergalactic, interdimensional. All this stuff involves traveling through ancient passageways which were created throughout the universes using the arachnids. They did it like a spider's web through space-time, and we're dealing with multi-dimensional space. Einstein came up with this phrase space-time, which locks you into 3D plus time, which is a fraud, a distraction. So anybody who starts quoting Einstein's, so there it is. Jump gates, away you go.
Any questions?
All right, I'll look into that.
You need to come to the conference.
Yeah,
You meet people who've actually been there, done it, got the t-shirt.
yeah. Okay.
So you
I'll look it up.
So are you going to go to the Earl's Court canteen there on Monday and give a briefing?
On Monday. I'm probably gonna lie on the beach on Monday.
You're going to lie on the beach on Monday?
Probably.
And where are you going to lie on the beach on Monday?
Well, or somewhere by the water. We're gonna go Dartmouth.
Dartmouth?
Yeah, Dartmouth. We're going now.
You have a different accent. Are you Australian or are you
From Berlin originally.
Berlin originally?
And I heard you mention Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
So you are actually an asset of the DVD Secret Intelligence Agency.
I might be an asset of the Stasi.
The Stasi, they're far too bloody public. These people don't know what the fuck's going on with half of those lot. The Stasi. See? By sheer coincidence, we have German person speaking here beside us,
I know.
denying he is
That
asset
is a coincidence,
of
isn't
secret
it?
intelligence agency. This is typical Russian
Listening
tactic.
to our conversation.
This is typical Russian tactic to use fake Germans with bad accents. You're actually from Birmingham,
And
is that right?
I was sent here because of you.
That's,
I
yeah,
knew
it's-
you'd
see,
meet here.
yeah, this is
It's
it.
a precog.
This is the trick they use.
So I was sent.
Yeah. But you're really from Birmingham, and your glasses are from down on the market, down the lane. Because you're really an MI5 agent. They can't afford real
You
agents.
got me, man. Busted.
Oh,
Thanks,
oh
George.
dear. I have to put bad accent on, but I'm from Belfast, so all my accents are bad.
That is real.
Have a nice day.
He's got all the information he needed. Now he's going to report back to base.
He's probably done it already through his secret double, triple Google glasses. Now, before you finish,
Okay.
that little comedy moment, a lot of piss taking, a lot of bad humour, but what are the coincidences that we would sit down beside a guy from Berlin?
I know.